Greetings, everyone. Earlier on, we spoke about children that were intercepted at the border. They were retained to Zimbabwe, over 443, according to the media reports. Since the recording of that video, we have been contacted by some parents. They are saying to us that the children were with their guardians or grandparents. Not all of the children though, but there are some children that were with their grandparents. Now the problem arose at the border, according to the parents, that the border officials said that they are not the biological parents of the children. So in other words, if a guardian is traveling with a child, what we understood all along was that there must be an affidavit from the parents that they are giving consent that the guardian must travel with their child. And the parents should submit necessary documents so that the guardian would travel with the children to cross the border. So when grandparents of these children, we had passports, and some of these children had passports, because the grandparents are not the biological parents of the children, they were then refused entry into South Africa. This explains why on the Zimbabwean side of the border, they were cleared. Because the perception that is created is that on the Zimbabwean side, children that had no passports, unaccompanied, were allowed on the Zimbabwean side. But they were only intercepted on the South African side. So the guardians and the children who had passports, they were then returned back on the basis that they are not the biological parents of the children. But those children that were with their biological parents were able to come to South Africa. So we needed to clarify that indeed some of the children were accompanied by their guardians who had passports, and these children had passports. So when they had problems at the border, the guardians had to go back to Zimbabwe with the children. We are still trying to establish on the other children whether every child was unaccompanied by their grandparents or their guardians. But so if you have more information on this, please write in the comment section so that we can assist each other. But we are still saying, and we're underlining this, that never give your child to a stranger. This should not happen. So what we are also trying to establish from the Department of Home Affairs is that are they blocking, or are they saying that a child cannot travel with their guardian, only their biological parents? Because since then we are getting also calls from parents in South Africa who are saying, my child has a passport, their grandmother has a passport, I want them to come. Is it possible to come? What are the requirements in terms of documentation? So we are conducting the Department of Home Affairs, or the immigration section, to clarify if a guardian can travel with a child if all the documentation is there, the passports, the affidavits, and so forth. Is it possible for them to bring children, or they strictly require that the child must be accompanied by one of their biological parents? This is what we want to establish. At the moment, we have not established this. You might be aware because we also have immigration lawyers in this platform. You might assist. Maybe the immigration department will take time to respond, but you must assist us. Please write in the comment section, like this video, subscribe. If you are on TikTok, please do follow us. Otherwise,